Hey everyone, Jessica Kubasi here, and I wanted to make this video to kind of go over how you find models, how you work with creative, makeup, hair, all that stuff, because I always get a bunch of questions and I would like to make a video to kind of answer all those questions. So the first thing I get a lot of is, how do you find the models that you work with? Do you go through an agency? Are they your friends? Do you know them? Now, there are a lot of different ways to approach this. You could go through many different variables now. If you are a more established photographer, you feel like you have your own style, and you want to work with agency-only models, you are going to want to go through an agency. Now, I personally have not done this. I've worked with an agency about 2 or 3 times, but most of the time for me, I go through Facebook and just contact the model directly. But if you are contacting an agency, just provide them a link to your portfolio, say that you're interested in possibly working with new faces. If the agency likes your work, they'll give you some new models for you to test shoot with. And then you just give them work in exchange for the model working with you. And again, this is if you are you really want to work with agency models, which I do like to work with agency models, but again, I like to kind of contact models on my own. A lot of people might disagree with me on that. You know, they would say just go through the agency, but some models say that they would prefer that the photographer contacts them directly, because sometimes the agency does not relay that information to them, so then the model kind of loses out on working with a photographer. So I contact the models directly on Facebook. Now, how do you find the model? The most effective way that I've found is I would befriend one of the top stylists in the city or the top makeup artists who work with everyone, and usually they will have a portfolio book and they will update this daily with the new models that they work with. Now think about it, the makeup artists and the stylists work with the best photographers in the city, right? So they're gonna have a ton of models, different kinds of models that each photographer that they work with working with them. So it's kind of like you're getting like a book of all the models, and you can just flip through and see who they've worked with. And if you like someone's look that they've worked on, all you have to do is just see just look if they have their name written down, tagged. Usually they will tag the model. When I find a model that I like, what I'll do is I'll send them a message, a very short message, basically saying, hey, I really like your look. I'm interested in test shooting with you. If you're interested, please get back to me. Here's a link to my portfolio. I just keep it really short and sweet. Always link your portfolio and make sure your portfolio only has your best work. I kind of started out with some girls in my city, and then it kind of just grew from there. I started getting models contacting me actually from putting my stuff out on Facebook. So as you work with models, you will uncover all the other models, because models know other models. So once you work with one model and you tag them in a picture, it shows up on their feed and their model friends will see it. And if they like your work, some of them will contact you and ask to work with you. And I will never pay anyone to shoot with anyone, because I mean, it's just Michigan. No offense to Michigan, but if you're in New York or California, that may be a little different if you really want to work with a specific model. But where I'm living right now, I just do test shoots. I give them work in exchange for them modeling for me, so it's kind of like a win-win on both ends. I would probably only pay to shoot with like Heidi Klum. I love Heidi Klum, by the way. Love Heidi Klum. She's so cute, and I don't know, she's just so cute. Like, she's the cutest little runway host, isn't she? Now, let's say the model agrees. What are you supposed to do now? Like, how do you set up a photo shoot? Now, if you do not have hair and makeup set up already, what I would do is go to a salon or contact the owner of a salon, see if they're interested in working with you. Tell them that you are a photographer, you're doing some test shooting, and you're wondering if they would like to collaborate with you in exchange for some images and credit. When I started out, I didn't really have anyone for hair, and I was like, what am I supposed to do? Like, I don't really know a lot of people who do hair that, you know, that's my style. So I actually asked my hairdresser out. She was doing my hair, and I'm like, would you do hair for my photo shoot? And she's like, yeah, that sounds like a lot of fun. So I just asked, and I showed her some examples of my work. Always show examples of your work. and just ask them if they would like to collab. And most of the time, most people like to do photo shoots. They think that it's fun, and it also it advertises them as well. It's good for them. So just ask, honestly, show them examples of your work, and make sure that it's someone that you trust and that you have seen their work before. So don't ask any random makeup artist or hairstylist to work with you unless you've seen their work before. So let's say that you can't find a stylist, which I also have been struggling with because styling is just one monster that I'm not ready to go and face right now. Styling is extremely hard for me right now, trying to find the perfect stylist. So what I'll do now usually is just go on eBay or go on, like, I think it's called Inside, and they have a lot of discounted dresses and clothes. So what I'll do is I'll either buy the dresses myself and just put them on the model, just a simple dress, or what I'll do is I'll have the model, usually we'll text back and forth, I'll have her send me pictures of her clothes, and I'll just kind of pick whichever ones I want her to bring. I'll just tell her, like, bring a bunch of random stuff. I tell the model to always be wearing a nude, black, or white bra. Like, no Victoria's Secret frills, diamonds, all that crap, none of that. Also nails. Just make sure that the model is not coming with like freaking like 50-inch nails, and if they're not done, just make sure that they're clean. Just clean nails, because that's like a thing of mine. I always have the model come with no makeup, hair freshly washed so that the hairstylist can do it. And I never let the model do her own hair and makeup unless it's a test shoot. And usually I just have the model just wear natural makeup. Another good tip, if you're trying to pull together an outfit for a model that you're working with, ask for her Instagram and look through her past pictures and see what she's wearing. If you like an outfit of hers, or if you like a top or a dress that she's wearing, screen cap it and then just show it to her and then say, just bring that. And that's usually what I'll do. Then I'll just have the model come over to wherever we're shooting, the salon or my house, and we'll just mix and match you know, styles and clothes. But again, I'm not a stylist. I personally think that I suck at styling. I need to go to fashion school, picking out clothes school. Yeah. So I'm still working on that, but I feel like if you just go really simple, then you can't really take a bad picture if it's just like a collared shirt and jeans, you know what I mean? Just keep it simple. So again, as a recap, if you're looking for hair and makeup, what I would do is start with a salon. Salons are the best outlet for all those creative people, and go on the Facebook page, see who your friends use for their wedding makeup, who do people go to for their engagement pictures for hair and makeup, and kind of just ask around and do that. It's like the branches of a tree. Just keep going, just keep asking, because people know people in your city. I mean, let's be honest, unless they're all hermits. I don't know why I keep using the word hermit. I think it's like my favorite word. I'm saying hermit while I'm in a basement. It's kind of like Inception. Okay, so as far as directing the model goes, now you have to be very careful with this because a lot of photographers make this mistake, and I've outlined this in my posing models video that I will link. It's on my YouTube, and I show you how to pose and direct models. Now, one thing I would be careful, someone brought this up, is be careful touching the model. Sometimes I will grab an arm, I'll do this, I'll do that. Most of the time I will know the model previously. We're friends, we would have been friends. So it's not like I just met someone and I'm like sitting there like grabbing her hair and grabbing her arm like this. So you want to be careful because that can lead to, God, sexual harassment lawsuits. You don't want to know what models are capable of. Not to say that all models are like that, but you want to be careful, especially if you are a male photographer. You do not want to touch the model without permission. So make sure if you're going to position her, you ask, is it okay if I move your arm? And if she says yes, then feel free to do so. Make sure that if you are shooting with the team, that they are present with you, but make sure that the team does not interfere with the photography. Now, I say this very seriously because I've been in the position where I have a creative team that either while the makeup artist, the hairstylist, or the stylist themselves will be behind me in my ear, oh, do this, do that, no, don't do that shot, no, shoot from this way, shoot from... First of all, it's none of your business what I'm doing. Like, go back there, I let you do your job, let me do my job. Do not let creative interfere with your photography. You have to tell them, I got it. Thank you for your input. You don't even have to say that because I wouldn't even be telling the truth. I'll just be like, you need to back the hell away. Like, to the left right now. You need to tell them that you are doing your job and that that's not necessary for them to do that because they're invading your personal shooting time. And that's going to distract the model. That's going to piss off the model, first of all. You don't want to piss off the model because if you piss the model off, it's all over. Might as well pack your stuff up and just go to take pictures at a birthday party because it's not happening. Be polite to your creative team. Tell them exactly what you want. Show them a picture of what you want if you're not exactly sure. Be on top of it. I mean, don't sit there like above their head because no one likes that. If you trust the makeup artist and hairstylist, you should have no problem, but just be careful. You know, working with stylists, they might get a little crazy sometimes. You do not want to be in the position where someone tells you, well, you didn't tell me that. So for hair, makeup, styling, tell them exactly what you want. Show them reference images, make a mood board, and show them exactly what you want. And when it's your time to shoot, it's you and the model by yourselves. Like, that's it. Like, in Arabic we say khalas, like that's it. So just do your own thing, and if someone wants to interfere, you better stop the whole photo shoot and call them out and tell them that this is not gonna work. Because if you let it continue, then your pictures will not come out like you want them because you're just gonna be so upset the whole time. And you know, I've made this mistake, but I will not make it for my future photo shoots. Like, I will be extremely stern. I'll be like, this is how it's gonna be. So that's exactly how you have to be. When you're directing the model, you don't want to direct the entire time. You want to give some tips, you know, every so often. You're not going to want to be like, okay, have your arm up, okay, move it down, okay, do this, do that. You want it to be fluid. So give her some constructive criticism tips because you can see things that she can't see from where you're taking the picture. If you're at a downwards angle, if you're shooting from the side, her elbow might be like this, it might be pointed straight, so it looks kind of weird in the picture. But the model's not going to know that. So you want to tell her in a polite way. You don't want to be rude. I've worked with both extremely friendly models and I've worked with not so friendly models, but the way that you handle it will determine your outcome. So just be professional. You're there to take pictures. You're not there to make friends. It would be nice to make friends, sure. But this isn't Sesame Street. Not everyone's gonna be nice to you. So just deal with it in a professional manner. Don't try to direct the model the whole time because then you can kind of be like a little tyrant. So you don't want to do that. But when you're first starting out, see how the model poses by herself. Give her a couple minutes, see how she works first, and then go off of that. Don't start the photo shoot like right away. Okay, put your arm up, do this. That's going a little bit too fast. See how the model works and then go from there, but very slowly. You don't want to intrude too much on how the model poses by herself because if she is a professional model, she will already know how to pose. Don't stay silent the whole photo shoot. You should be talking to the model and letting her know if she's doing okay or if she's not doing okay. So just every so often, just kind of remind her like, hey, you're doing a great job. You know, hold that pose, look to the side, stuff like that. And you know, just crack some jokes. I mean, just talk about Miley Cyrus. That always works. If all else fails, just state how much you don't like Taylor Swift and how you're tired of hearing the song unless people really like her. Then it's time to end the photo shoot because that's not gonna work. Because I don't like Taylor Swift. So hopefully that helps you out. I tried to cover as many points as I could. If you have any further questions, please leave them in the comments. I will try to answer as many as I can. Or I can just make a part 2. So thank you guys so much for watching and please subscribe if you haven't. Bye guys.